Okay. What? Okay, bro.
Now you just do it.
That's what I'm saying.
What's going on, Chill Army?
So,
this one is a surprise to me.
Untalented friends.
Damn.
What are we talking about again?
How do you support a friend who's passionate about something, but
They suck.
maybe it's not very good for? Maybe they're not very good at it.
I feel like he's talking to me about my music. My music been bad.
I'm not talking about anybody. That's just
No,
a topic.
I'm making the joke. Like, this topic is so, like, it feels so targeted. Like, I'm like, bro, you're like, how do you support a friend who's really not got good at something, but you know?
But yeah, how do you
my
support
music's
someone?
been cooking lately.
How would you support someone who's passionate about something, but maybe they're just not very good at it? Like Enoch strumming this guitar over here. I targeted.
Sorry, you said you weren't targeting nobody, bro.
Proceeds to go
On my
after
damn
Enoch.
guitar.
I really did say that. Dude, one of them was funny. I forgot I said that.
That's why you just ran at him.
Right, because
Well-
the brain, like the way the brain works, it's like once I funk it, I do it.
Once I funk it, I don't.
So that means your id has no control on your ego and your superego.
Precisely.
Psychology, y'all. Psychology.
Psychology 101.
But yeah,
So okay, how do I support a friend that's
passionate about something,
but they're not very
but
good?
but maybe isn't very good at it.
Don't be a yes man.
Yes, you gotta give constructive criticism, because if they're really doing something that they're passionate about and you see the fire, then what they need is just more practice in said thing.
They just need
It's
approval.
it's kind of like the next question of like, do you encourage them no matter what, or is there a point where tough love is the better option? And I have to say it's kind of a mixed thing depending on the person.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, some people, well, I'll get to that later, but, you know, it's like some people it's like, you can kind of cheer them on, but you gotta, like, be a little more critical about it, like, more, like, you know, like constructive criticism and stuff like that. And, you know, some people do thrive off of that tough love, you know?
I was gonna say, because I know this is not necessarily like directly related, but it's still kind of related, because there's this guy that I found on that I follow on Instagram. He's a one-handed basketball player. Like, I'm sure that people have told him a bunch of this.
Like, oh, bro, why are you
even
this?
trying?
You one-armed freak.
And if you know, damn.
I mean, there's a fighter who's literally he's half the man he used to be. He doesn't have a lower body.
That's actually
he doesn't have legs or
that's
or
actually
waist.
wild.
So yeah, but
Damn.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the way I say down now. I'm damn.
Shit.
That was good. But my thing is about it is like, I'm in the encouraging part. I bet there's people that always, you know, that told him you can't
why
play
are you still
basketball.
doing
Why do you
this?
still do
You
that?
know?
Now, for someone that's not there yet, like you said, it does depend. If you're a good friend, you will let them know the truth. Like, hey, bro, I see your passion, but you're not there yet. Maybe try practicing more, get some lessons,
Or,
on
you know,
whatever
if
it
you
is.
see that they're talented in another thing,
Yeah, I
like
feel...
try to pinpoint that, because supporting friends, you're being a good friend, obviously.
Yeah.
But navigating their passions and talents, they can also be tricky too. You know?
And one good example is like things like the X Factor or like America's Got Talent, where remember like the old days before they started being more like nice to people, like especially when Simon was ruthless.
I have cancer. Oh, golden buzzer.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like X Factor, like when people told them, it's like, yeah, I sing in front of my family, they all say I have a great talent for singing.
Yeah,
and then they go and they sound like hallelujah, hallelujah. That was one of my favorite ones. Hallelujah. And it was like, who told you were good?
That's what I'm
saying. Because that's
they lied
it.
Honey,
they lied straight to your face. And the way the girl was looking at the camera,
dude. I would have if I was.
You need to show me later.
Dude,
if
I was one of the judges, I would have died of laughter, bro. I would have been holding back tears, bro. I would personally stand up, go up to that guy and laugh in his face.
Look at dude's face on the thing already. Lennon, just look at his face already. You can. Come on, come on, bruh. If y'all ain't see, come on, bruh.
I mean, I could have showed a.
Oh yeah, you can show a screenshot. Do that, but like, come on, bruh.
Like, bro,
J-Star. I hope he's doing good though. But.
My thing is like, this is your legacy now.
Yeah.
Like, this is a part of your legacy. This is you now.
Like, everybody know you for that.
And I guess that kind of leads to that next question of like, who told you were good? So
that's
what would you? So like, let's say like that guy, the J-Star guy. What would you do if a friend was untalented at something they love, but you know, do you tell them? Like, do you straight up tell them? Like, and this is more just like a personal question. It's like, let's say you know someone who's like a bad singer or something, like, just for out of the example, and like, do you tell them that they're not as good as they think they are, or do you stay silent?
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes, for me, I'll be honest with this. I have the personality of, I see what people try to do, and I see how people like really put in passion to it. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I'm a little too nice, where I don't give that truth, and it kind of feels bad. No, I'm not
trying to say now.
No.
This whole time about my voice acting skills.
No, now that I will.
You trying to square up, buddy?
Hell no.
Yeah, I win. I'll probably kill him. Probably. I punched him into a wall.
He did. Story. That was what, fifth grade?
Like fifth and
fifth and sixth.
No, I think it was 7. I think it was 7 and 8 actually.
Really?
Yeah, because wait. No, that was 5th and 6th. You're right.
You gotta be 5th and 6th because we were in that, our class was like old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I held a paper open and man, I went flying through a wall. Yeah. Well, not through the wall, but dang.
Honestly, I miss those days.
That hurt.
I know that hurt, but like I miss those days, bro.
Honestly, it just took the wind out of me, and then after that, I was kind of good. It took me a minute to recuperate,
man,
but like
when I say he flew, man actually flew, bro.
Like Mr. Gary literally had to like. He's like, everything good back there?
Bro, he didn't even care.
He just saw like just flying.
He just saw a flying monkey.
I'm gonna let that one slide. I'll let that one go. But back to what I was. But if I'm being honest, like sometimes there's been some people that I've like. I see
you were kind of like too nice.
Where I'm like, yeah, you could do better. That too. And I feel like, cause I'm not. I one thing I hate doing is like hurting people's feelings.
Yeah, dude.
Sometimes some people need it.
Yeah.
But when it's someone close to me that I know, and I know that they're really passionate with something, I don't want to like let them down and be that one guy that doubted them, and then all of a sudden they're doing so well, and then I look like the complete loser. That's not even really my motive. But I hate that confrontational. Like
I did this with a friend once, where he was a writer, and the thing is, it was. Like his story, it was trying way too hard to be like edgy, you know, or like, you know, the main character obviously it's like, oh, their parents died in a tragic accident, you know, cliche, like what, you know, cliche, and it's like, you know, the world gives them crap and all that stuff. Like everyone, like it's basically like everyone hates the main character, and then all of a sudden he's just like on this like epic quest, and it's like he has like this hidden power passed down from his parents and stuff like that. And I'm just like, yeah, it was literally because this was literally what was happening in the book, bro, and I'm just so like, generic. It was so that's what
like I don't want to put anybody's ideas down, but that's
like
so,
it was like the first chapter and stuff like that. But it was like, you know, I had to like, I felt. Cause like, you know, at first I was like, yeah, that's cool, man, keep it up. And then like later on, I was like, I gotta be honest with him, cause like cause I think he got up to like, I want to say 4. It was like the 4th chapter, and I just kind of told him, I was like, dude, okay, as someone who's trying to also become a writer myself, you know, cause you know I want to like do multiple things, so you know, I had to tell him, I was like, dude, first of all, you have way too many cliches going on. Like, you have potential, like because he had a cool power system in the book. Like, I forgot what it was. I think it was like, it had something to do with like imagination, basically. Yeah. So, but I was like, why I was like, you're trying way too hard with these cliches, like with the whole dead parents trope and stuff like that. Try to make something.
It's too stereotypical.
Exactly. I was like, try to kind of like, you don't have to take my criticism, but I'm just saying, like, you don't have to like take what I'm saying and then do it. I'm just saying, like, you know, as someone who also wants to get into writing, like, try to spice it up. Try to make something that, you know, try to make it unique. You know, try to make it unique and original. Make people want to actually, and
that's why you also get it from multiple people rather than just one person.
Yeah, you
know, you could take somebody's advice and then you could go around.
No. It wasn't imagination. It was like I remember now. It was like the emotion of like they could take their emotion and it'll like turn into like an element. Like it was a cool power system. Like you're like this one person, like he's you know, because like the main character is like he's shy, but he's also like hot-headed at times. So like that personality trait that will like somehow like turn into like these like shadow flaming swords that he could like manifest and like fight with. It was pretty cool. But it was like the story, it was like it's like the action's good, but the story is like it's kind of ass. You know.
See, I know this is just a stupid freaking side note.
Yeah.
But speaking of that made me realize I had to go buy Corey Kenshin's freaking manga thing and I totally forgot. And the reason and it's related because he talked about how he spent so much time in making something like this and he wanted a different like story that's not like
right.
So that's I mean that's why you got to get multiple advice. And like I said, I've been trying to work on myself by being more firm and telling people honestly how I feel. Rather, I tell this man no a lot. Before he could ask me anything, it's just always a no. Like, just no. But I want to be more honest with people. I don't want to. If I'm giving constructive criticism, fair enough. Especially, we talked about this, especially when it comes to relationship advices. When they ask me for relationship advices, and I tell them what I think, and then they completely.
I had a friend, I told you. I mean, I already told you about it, but like, I have a friend. Literally, dude cheated on her like 3 times. Told her to leave. But it's like, oh, but I love him. I don't want to go home. And I'm just I told you. You kind of dug the hole. I'm not gonna help you, dude. Like, I'm done. I literally cut her off. I was just like, I mean, I literally gave you the solution, and you don't want to take it, but whatever, bro. And then,
wise people will take what is it, criticism from people even if it sounds bad. You know what I mean?
For example,
my thing is, why you come for like relationships at least? Why you coming to me, bro? I'm not in a relationship. I don't know nothing about love.
Yeah, but you like that type of guy who's like, coaches don't play. Because I used to be that guy. Let me be real. I used to be that guy, and then I ended up with this wonderful lady. But like
the way you said this wonderful lady almost felt like you were about to be like this person first.
No.
I'm not.
That is not how I meant it.
No. It was the way I ended up with this wonderful lady.
No, like I love her to death. Like I love her so much. And like what I'm trying to say is that like I used to be like that. Obviously until I got with her. Obviously I want to marry her and stuff. But like that's unrelated. But my point is that I used to be what I just told you. Coaches don't play. I was the kind of guy who was like, you know what? I probably just won't fall in love. You know, it's like, but then I just help people fall in love, which I actually was extremely successful in a lot of cases. So it's like.
My thing is like, I don't want to help you. I'm saying this to everyone who has ever come to me for relationship advice. Look into my pretty eyes, my pretty brown eyes. I don't give a shit about your relationships. In fact, I hope he cheats on you. All right? Screw you. I'm sick of helping people. And whenever I need help, y'all silent.
That is true. But I'm
done. This is my villain arc.
As his
my name ain't Deondre no more. It's Davunto.
Oh, I remember him from 1600s. Yeah, okay.
As his manager, I want to apologize for anybody.
His manager.
I don't know where I came up with that name.
Davunto. Sound like Kunta Kinte. Bro. I don't know. But in general, like that's how I feel. Like I'm at a point where I want to be truthful in a way that
it's like be truthful, but don't be a dick.
Like So for example, like today at church, we're talking about a friend who recently got a good position in a job, and then I was talking about a job that I almost got, and then his beautiful wife. To be. So she was we were talking about the whole job thing. That's when you were doing the slides, and then she was talking to me about the resume thing, and I showed her my resume, and she was like,
man, this shit happened.
Yeah, kind of.
Can I see it later?
Yeah, you can look at it later. But she was saying that they both, Andrew and her, gave me constructive criticism on how to better my resume. Because the thing is, when I did my job thing, the interview and everything went well. Yeah. I won't lie, my resume was kind of rushed because at the time I hadn't fully set it up yet, and my friend called me and was like, "Hey, we got this position. You want to come work with us?" And I was like, "Sure, I guess." And he was like, "Just send your resume now." And it was kind of like, and I just gave it to my dad. Yeah, and I gave it to my dad. I was like, "Dad, look at this over." And he's like, he was so busy at the time. He's like, "Okay." And the interview and everything went great. I didn't get the job because somebody was more qualified because they had more experience than I did, and this was my first time.
Hate the experience thing.
It was.
How am I supposed to get the experience if you don't give me the opportunity to get that
interns doing unpaid labor? Like what?
Unpaid labor.
Like what? Oh. My time is also important.
Unpaid labor.
When Landon.
What do I look like, a slave?
When Landon told me that earlier this week, he was like, "My dad." For some more unpaid labor, it killed me. I was like, "Dang!" But you see, and we talked pretty much the whole time, and she was telling me, of ways that I could better my resume. And there's a lot of things that I do that I didn't think to add in there that really involve technology. For example, working on audio and visual, I could have added that on my resume. There's a whole lot of stuff. One thing I meant to tell her, you could tell her this later. But it was one thing that one of my teachers told me is like, when you are doing a resume, you gotta whore yourself. He made it as a joke. He was like, you gotta be a whore. You gotta let them know everything you have to offer, anything and everything. So that's what I took from it. So I was kind of like,
make sure they know that you are all that. Basically.
Yeah. Even if you're not, you gotta make something happen.
I didn't even think about that because I edit videos.
See, there you go.
That's skilled.
This man clenched his hand like he had the gauntlet. But that's what
I have the power. Yeah, it was with me all along.
So that's yes. So that's what me and her and Andrew talked about, and I thought about it. I'm like, damn, there's a whole lot of stuff I can add to this. So.
Yeah, but so I think you also have to look of how a lot of people identify the the word untalented. Like some people, I feel like some people also takes talent and skill and kind of interchange the two. So it's kind of like whenever people are saying when they're saying oh, you're untalented, they're saying oh, you lack the skill, which I personally disagree with, because skill is talent obviously is something that you can gain from a skill, but talent is usually something that you're just naturally good at. But skill is something that you practice. Yeah, you practice and perfect.
That's really good. I'm glad you brought that up, because let's be real. Are a lot of people good singers? Mm-hmm. No, there's a lot of people that are naturally good.
Yeah, and can singers. Talent be developed with enough practice? I do think so. Because again, like I said, talent can branch from skill, but talent and skill are two different things still.
I feel like with talent, it's something that you kind of have a knack for.
Yeah.
It comes easy to you.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And then there's the people, the big three in terms of writing manga that I believe are the big three are Araki, Oda, and Naoki Urasawa.
It's a knack. Yeah, like you said, it's an easy knack for just creating a story out of. They didn't have to how do I work with story development and things like that. It kind of just came natural to them to just.
Do you know how
develop?
Do you know how Naoki Urasawa got the idea for 20th Century Boys? one of his most famous mangas, other than Monster or like Pluto or whatever. Y'all know who the artist I'm talking about?
Nope.
Search him up. You'll probably remember some of his works. You probably, like, I mean, I'm sure you haven't read it, but like you've probably seen it online before, but you don't know what I'm talking about.
I've seen like the art.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The art
Yeah,
style,
so that one, the like 20th Century Boys, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I just finished reading it. It's like the most beautiful thing I've ever, like, it's like, what the heck? Like, the writing's impeccable, bro. And like the story's amazing. Anyways, point being, he like found, like, he got the idea for that when he was watching a political summit for like some other European country, I think it was, while he was in the bathtub, bro. And like he just heard the phrase 21st century, and he just thought about the entire manga right there. Like he just thought, you know what? Let me make a story about that, and it just sprouts from one idea.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of like with me and George, we were talking about like we were just talking about like random crap, and then we just thought of like. We basically thought of like a series that's essentially like it centers around dragons, but it's kind of like JoJo.
Yeah,
yeah, JoJo.
Our whole Dragon Tale, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Deal.
It's like JoJo, Pokemon, and his Dark Materials. Great freaking series, by the way. Go watch it. It's on HBO Max. So is being untalented just about not meeting traditional standards, or is it about effort and growth?
I feel like let's say, again, with skill and training, you can technically do anything. Now, having the quote unquote talent and natural knack for something that comes easy, like you're already good at that. Like it's already there. You didn't really have to like learn it. For example, we come from a musical family. Like off the bat, we do singing, music, anything like that. Like it's something that's natural. As to where someone else who doesn't know anything about it, right? They have to like really like study and like know everything. And granted, the person who has talent should do the same thing to always better themselves.
Yeah.
But it's like. This is such an interesting topic. I'm glad you picked this out.
Yeah.
This is actually kind of crazy. Cause now I'm really like with the talent and skill, because when you really think about it, you can learn any skill.
You can learn skill.
You can learn any skill.
But talent is something.
Talent is then it's
like I said,
you
can still get it from skill, but like in most cases, talent is usually like a natural thing.
Because it's like you don't necessarily wake up and you just like you're automatically like good at something.
Like some people are naturally good at drawing, writing, singing,
like it comes easy to them.
And then other people,
like for example,
they learn that skill.
Yeah, like for example, man, I'm so sad he died. It's been 2 years already. What's his name? Kim Jong-gi. Like he's searching him up. He's a crazy guy that does like crazy drawings. He was actually commissioned by countries to do drawings for them. Like not just people in the country. No, the country itself, like as a collective whole.
Yeah.
Like for example, Korea, not just North Korea and South Korea. No. They both came together and asked him to do a commission drawing for them. So that's how great he was. He actually was kind of born with that talent. You know,
Kim Jong what?
Kim, you know, Kim, Jung, Jung. Yes, Jung, and then Gi for Gi. Kim Jong-gi, that bald man with glasses. Yeah. Yes, wonderful.
I was trying to make sure I found.
He unfortunately died from cardiac arrest when he was flying back from a tour that was cut short. He died, I think it was in New York.
Beautiful.
But yeah, so like obviously he's not gonna show the computer to the camera right now, but just search it up. And it's like it's crazy beautiful art. And that man, you just look at one of the murals that he drew that in less than 6 hours.
See that's where I want to distinguish.
He can draw entire like panoramic shots in 30 minutes.
That's that. I'm glad you brought that up.
Like the reason why. Hold on, let me just quickly say this. Like the reason why I say that he was kind of born with it or like naturally talented is because he's known to have very good memory. Not because he trained it. Obviously, yes. Granted, yes, he did train it. But from a little kid, he said that he's always had very good memory compared to other kids, and he's always thought out of the box. You know, like he used in one of the videos he was interviewed, he used this as an example. He would see TV shows of like Neon Genesis Evangelion, you know, where they would use tanks to fight monsters and all stuff sometimes. there was like a couple scenes with tanks in them, so he would think, okay. And his friends would draw the tank as a 2D figure, like something sideways with the gun point being to the side.
Mm-hmm.
But he thought outside the box. He's like, okay, what if I just get the shape but stretch it? And then he just discovered 3D shapes before everyone else.
Yeah.
So he just went on with that, and that's how he became like an artist. He just thought outside the box.
And I'm really glad you brought that up, because what you said also counts. Is also how efficient said person could do it. Mm-hmm. Him making some artwork like this right here that I got on the screen. This compared to someone
I'll show it to y'all on the screen.
Yeah. This compared to someone who learned the skill of this, and he did it, and you said he did it in like 6 hours?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's like a rough.
Like, yeah, no. But he did it off of just.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then that's with no reference, by the way.
Exactly.
That's just from his
compared
mind.
to someone who had the skill. You had to learn the skill.
A lot of the mechanical drawings of tanks, submarines, guns, everything that you'll see around it, like in his drawings, is actually when he served in the army. Because Korea, you have to serve in the army for a couple of years when you turn 20 something or whatever.
Yeah.
When you're drafted, he was in the army. He was just he worked in a plane. He was a person who jumps from a plane. I don't know what it is, but he worked as that, and he would just, instead of talking to like all like his his coworkers, I don't know what to call them, whatever, his friends, he would actually just like study the bolts and the gears and everything of the plane that he was in, and like actually people knew that he was good at drawing, so obviously there weren't like any women with the men in the army, so it was like a lot of the people there would be like, oh, can you draw my wife or from this picture, or can you draw my girlfriend back home, or this guy or whatever. And he's like, yeah, sure, but he doesn't really like drawing for any other people except himself, because he likes drawing his own stuff. So he was just like, yeah, sure, but then like after like a bunch of times doing it, he would just pretend like he forgot how to draw, or just like didn't know how to draw at all, or he would just purposely draw them horribly just so they would stop asking him. But a little random fact. But
like you said, his efficiency compared to someone else, he was just more talented off the bat to do something like this rather than someone who had to learn a skill. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but more personal question. So have y'all ever been told that you were untalented at something? And if so, how did it affect you?
I mean, I get a lot of haters on my beats on YouTube, so I mean, I just keep it pushing. My music's not for everyone, so
yeah. And that one also is also subjective. Yeah. Because that one clearly, because it's like somebody could listen to his beat and be like, "Oh, this is garbage,"
yeah." I mean,
and then somebody else is gonna be
like I've had multiple. I mean, let's be real. My videos were bad when I first started out, but when I finally found like the type of content that I wanted to do, that's what I switched to, because I went from doing like skits to
what was the one with the knife?
Yeah, I went from doing skits to doing like little web series using like Toontastic and stuff like that. R.I.P. Because Google killed it. Freaking Google killed it. What's it called? Then I went to doing reaction videos, and I would have some people being like, hey. Like some people would get mad at me for pausing in videos and stuff like that, but I'm like, you have to realize, like, I have to pause and give like my analytical thoughts, because it's like, if I'm just sitting there watching the video not saying anything, then that's not a reaction. That's just me,
You're just literally watching.
Yeah, I'm just watching the video and stuff like that. And I also take suggestions. I still take suggestions from my viewers, like during streams and stuff like that. So and again, like when it comes to like because I do want to get into writing eventually. I once made a story. I deleted it because it was trash. Called The American Eagle, not the freaking clothing brand. But I didn't know the clothing brand existed until I started making the clothing brand. But it was basically like a ripoff of Captain America essentially. But the problem with it was that I was way too I wasn't as descriptive. I was just basically saying, my friend who's literally going to school for writing. He told me, he was like, this was way back when we were both still in high school. But he was like, the idea is good. But the idea But the thing is the fact that you're not as descriptive with like your you're just saying stuff that's going on in the story. You're not saying like how it affects the character or anything like that. And I really took that to like thought and stuff. So
yeah. I would say
you're creating a universe.
Yeah.
You have to like everything has an effect. Yeah, go on.
I would say my experience was with music, obviously, like Enoch said, but it was when I first started. I got ambitious to send my beats and was hoping that for a friend that I knew who started making music, remember St. Val? Yeah. So, I sent some beats and I was like, oh yeah, we're making beats and stuff, but let's be real, they weren't like mixed, they weren't like cleaned up.
It was just stuff you threw together.
It was just I threw a beat together. It was cool, but it wasn't quality. Yeah. And I didn't
because it was kind of like that like, oh yeah, I just did that.
Yeah. And you know, I didn't know anything about me. I was making beats on my phone. We were using some
bro, look how long it took me to actually get good at editing, bro. Like my freaking mic was so ass, bro, because I was using the crappy like Apple earbuds.
Yes.
I still have them right behind me.
As a memory.
Wait, George, remember when I used to show you my old Pixel Gun YouTube videos?
Yeah.
Now that I've watched them back, I'm
You're
just
like, damn.
this is so
dude, I want to delete some of my old videos, but like I kind of want to keep them on there
to see where
like,
you
this
came
is
from.
where this is how far I've
like
came. I'm gonna delete most of my reaction videos because those are just like other than the successful ones.
You know, there was a beat. My first beat I ever made. It was literally just called T. Just the letter T, right? I'm not kidding.
That's even worse. Because I was with you when you said T, and then there's the letter T. That's crazy.
When I started getting better, I look back at that beat and I deleted it. And I'm kind of mad that I did because I wanted to see my progression.
Yeah, that's why, like literally my first video, the rules of Deondre 7, where I was like, hey guys, I would appreciate it if you guys don't dislike my video or leave me a
the sexy one. When you were dancing to that LMFAO one.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Like I will, because let's be, I did not know how to take criticism at that time.
Because everybody always expects.
Don't be mean, guys. Don't dislike my videos. don't leave mean comments and stuff.
Now I really look back at that. One of the dumbest things.
I was like, bro, I was literally making myself an easy target.
You literally.
I'm surprised no one clowned me.
You want to know what's funny? If it was like today's world and you were popular,
I would have been cooked. I would have been cooked.
Yeah, man, this blood thinks he can tell us what to do.
It's like
oil up.
literally. So when I sent him the beats and he was like, yeah they're cool, but I'm going a different route. I felt like so hurt. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You think I stayed home intentionally for school? I didn't go to school because I wanted to like better myself.
Man, it was training.
Because it wasn't, and I don't blame him. I got too ambitious when I was just starting.
That's how I felt when I got rejected. With the voice acting thing.
And you want to know something? Enoch was much more skilled at it because he was doing. If y'all have to know, Enoch's progression in music is insane. Man took a tablet and a piano, recorded one thing on the tablet, paused, edit, got the video ready, made another recording and everything like that with another phone and a tablet, put it all together and recorded it all at once with the tablet playing. It was insane. Yeah. And he would be doing beats like that
every Saturday
until he got better and then got Bandpass. And then it was from Bandpass to FL Studio Mobile, from FL Studio Mobile to actually having a computer. So, and now as the official guy that makes, beats for the channel, right? You'll see that I've most definitely progressed. And now I can say
that's why I like
I've had the talent for music. It's just the production side of it wasn't there.
Yeah, that's why I
had to learn.
Yeah, because, I actually do like the editing process. Like, ever since I, learned how to use... Like, when I first got DaVinci, I was like, "Oh, this is way too hard. I can't."
Scared when I looked at DaVinci.
I'm looking at all these tools and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to dude, I'm just trying to make some Pokemon videos, bro. What am I supposed to do? And then like when I finally, you know, I got the mic and stuff like that,
bro.
You know, and then I started, and like I learned how to actually like record properly. I learned how to.
Same thing with FL Studio. Bro.
I learned how to audio mix and stuff like that. Like I can, like I'm actually. Like, or how to like put like sound effects and stuff like that.
When I first like loaded up FL Studio, I was scared. I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah, and
I didn't even watch a tutorial.
And then like I follow the tutorial because that's kind of how I am. I'm a visual learner. Like I need to see someone else do it before I just start, you know, doing stuff, and then I just ending up with complete crap. And you know, now I just load up DaVinci. I just need a new MacBook. That's all. Because this thing is dying. So like I just get a new Mac. Like I just load up the MacBook. I plug my external hard drive in because that's where I like process all my stuff. And I just get to work and stuff. And I even went ahead and paid like the freaking like $300 for the full studio version on my MacBook because I was like, you know what, I want to see what all you have to offer me. I want to know how I can improve,
which is why our stories are just so similar.
See, that's why we best friends.
Literally.
We ain't.
I did the same thing. Like FL Studio, I had it on my computer before.
We were like a being, and then we got like
we
sliced
just got
cut. Like freaking Fololo and Falala from Kirby.
Bro.
Freaking Fofa.
Literally. And the same thing with FL Studio. Like I got the free version and stuff, and I was using that to like see and experiment, and then I was like, screw it.
Yeah, because I've been using DaVinci, the free version, for literally like years. And
me personally, I don't see my need to pay for DaVinci right now because I don't use it.
Yeah, obviously you don't use exactly.
That's like telling you go buy FL Studio.
Exactly.
Like, I'm gonna make music now.
Yeah.
But I bought the full thing for FL Studio.
I am thinking of getting into that though, like because I want to make video game music.
Bro, trust me,
I gotta
FL
send you
Studios.
some. I've made some 8-bit D&B tracks. I gotta send it to you.
Yeah, like I've been cooking, bro.
Because you know, like I'm doing like my whole Fakemon region, so I want to like make my own like Pokemon music for that region to make it more immersed.
Yeah, and when I think about it, like I went ahead and just bought the full thing. I got it on sale though, so I was happy because this thing was like over 900.
I didn't get mine on sale. They were just like, no, you pay for it.
I mean, I paid.
I want the food. They're like, I want the food price.
Pay in full.
We could go bad for bad.
Pay in full plus tax.
You'll adjust your pay. I love that thing.
I'd rather die than lie about the deal from
them. Yeah, literally. So, you know, that's where, you know, back to that question, you know. Yeah, I was ambitious. I was like, oh, I'm making beats. I didn't mix anything. I didn't I didn't even think. I thought he was just gonna take the beat and just put it on there and just rap over it. But there's so much more to it than that. And now, even though while I'm not an expert at it yet, like I'm no Metro Boomin.
Yeah, like right? I wouldn't call myself an expert editor,
but
I'm
learning as I go. But I still have the knack for at least creating something. And that's the beauty of FL Studios. You know, I'll show you this beat in a bit. Yeah. But like, it's just so fun creating something out of thin air. And like out of nowhere, and you just listen to it, you're like, yeah. So that's how I feel about it. Microsoft would love your perspective. No, I don't think they
screw Microsoft. But yeah, if y'all know me and Microsoft got beef. But you know, that's kind of how it is. Like when it comes to like friends too. Like with like the St. Val guy. Yeah. You know,
like it wasn't bad that
that's kind of how I am. But like even if someone is bad, even if my friend isn't as good at something like as they want to be, like I'm still gonna support them. Obviously I'm gonna put in my 2 cents on like what they can improve on and stuff like that. Like if you give me a beat and I don't really mess with it, I can tell you on where you can improve and stuff like that. And the same thing with like if I like, because the
one thing with the voice acting was the zesty one where I told you could be more zesty.
Yeah.
Like with that role,
you're not playing Deondre. You're playing, a different.
You're playing. You are that character. It's like,
I mean, but then again, I was just like giving you like the idea of what the
you got pretty far, even though it didn't go through.
Yeah, I made it. Like I literally out of 700 people. Oh yeah, by the way, for those of you who don't know, I auditioned for like an unpaid role for this like web series. I unfortunately didn't get any main role, but
got
I got pretty far because
than
over 700 people auditioned, and I was one of the 70 people that made it to like even getting a callback.
It shows that something is
something.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and they even said they're like, hey, like don't lose our contact or anything because we would like to still use you for like background characters and stuff like that. So I was like, hey,
that it's a win is a win.
Exactly.
A win is a win.
Yeah, I just need to find like an actual good show to audition for because of the ones I've been looking at on casting call clubs lately are booty.
And like I said, the whole personality and everything, it's there.
Yeah, like a lot of people
you just gotta get noticed.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I had to learn about like voice acting because I do like to do like what's it called, like impressions and stuff, but it's like, you know, I like to do like impressions and stuff like that, but it's like what am I trying to say? Yeah, like a lot of people think like, you know, voice acting is like, oh, you sit in front of a mic and make funny voices, but no, you have
there's a lot to like.
It's like acting. You can't just be yourself. Like you got to bring that character to life.
There's one, as much as I love the movie Black Panther, and I know it's such a minor
good movie
thing.
Good movie.
Very good movie, right? There's
good, like
one,
7 out of 10.
Yeah, there's one actor that I felt like they could have had.
Which one?
The guy that was leading out the fight things. I forgot the what's his name?
Was he bald?
Yes, but he was kind of like the light skin, like.
Yeah, I know.
Remember when they had to do the who will challenge the Black Panther? That guy. If you ask me, they could have found a different person to do that one. Yeah. Because as an African and watching a whole bunch of African movies, like to really hit that African thing, I felt like the voice acting from him in that part wasn't really there. Not saying he's a bad actor, but for that role, me personally, it didn't nail. It didn't nail like the African. It sounded like he was just trying like, who will challenge the Black Panther? Like it didn't really like.
Oh, that
now
guy,
you know
that
what I'm
guy,
talking
that guy.
It really didn't like.
He had the purple thing.
Yes, yeah, him. It didn't really like. Like I wasn't like. Again, great actor, but I don't think that was the role for him. You know, and compared to like Chadwick Boseman, who really like nailed his part, right? Yeah, R.I.P. man. I was just thinking about him. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
such a talented person gone, man.
But yeah, like that's kind of my. That's what I was like. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm like leaning into. Like, you know, like even though he's not like a Pokemon or gamer type person, like he still like supports my videos and stuff that. And you know, and whenever there is like criticism needed on like my editing skills, I'm sure he'll let me know and stuff like that.
And so far, I enjoy it, and I'm not trying to say I'm some sort of yes man.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
No, I genuinely enjoy it, and like with my beats and stuff, he tells me if anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'll like I literally let him know like if like, you know, like for. Like I literally tell him like exactly what I want for like the outro and intro and stuff like that. Something calm
or because you know.
Something chill. That actually fits the chill army and stuff like that.
Damn.
So that's kind of my thing. Like, you know, if my friends are like, hey, can you like support me and stuff like that? Of course.
I mean, you got it.
Do it. Even if you're complete shit, I will tell you your shit. But
and that's what I was
I'm still gonna support you.
And that's what I was gonna say.
Because
sometimes people want to do something that, because that's why it's mixed. Because some people try to go somewhere where
they run before they run. Before they can walk. And that's
why I brought up the X Factors, because let's be real, that was garbage. That guy couldn't, and a whole bunch of other people. And you can be supportive, but like if they're not gaining or
you gotta
improving,
you gotta be critical of yourself too.
Yeah, if they're not gaining themselves or improving on where they're at. Sometimes
some people truly are just tone deaf, so he probably
that's what I'm saying.
He probably did think he was like on some like Trey Songz type stuff,
but they just don't get it. Yeah, I got you, but they don't get it. So you know, regardless, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
So, but that's kind of my concluding thoughts. Unless you had something else, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, you know, because I was saying on like the whole. You know, people like supporting my friends and stuff, you know, because I'll have some people, like some of my followers being like, hey, can you shout me out and stuff like that, but I'm like, I don't know you like that, bro. Like Like
I hate the follow for follow.
Yeah, I hate that crap. But yeah, for me, I think
shout out for shout out. Like,
yeah, I think it's about. For me, it's about understanding, you know, what my friend really needs when it comes to support. Like, do they need a cheerleader, or do they need someone to help them improve?
That's good.
Yeah.
Because and sometimes you got to give a little bit of both.
Yeah.
And that's the only way you're gonna progress. Like, if it wasn't for that setback with and I know it wasn't like a super big thing, but to me it kind of like, I'm not kidding. I stayed home from school intentionally, and I cooked one of the craziest beats I've ever made. Well, at the time, on my phone, I made one of the hardest beats in my opinion. So. Yeah,
that was same thing with like my voice acting thing, like, because I really wanted to like make my auditions good. So, you know, I literally spent that whole entire day studying like different like voices and stuff like that would be similar to those characters, and just like kind of like doing my own thing, like doing my own thing, because you know you don't want to just do an impression.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
Like, you don't just want to do an impression, because you're just copying the voice. So I wanted to like make my own like character and stuff like that.
Shout out to a lot of y'all voice actors, actual voice actors, not just actors that voice
actors, especially in America, very underrated. In Japan, you're treated like an A tier celebrity, bro.
Bro, just a side note, I'm so sad for that Frankie actor, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Frankie from One Piece?
Yeah. The actor is
retiring.
Oh, for a second I thought he died. I forgot he retired.
Yeah.
Now he gotta hit one more super for us.
But you guys, listeners and viewers, share your stories and stuff like that. You know, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this whole entire thing. But that's gonna wrap up today's or this week's episode of the Chill Army podcast. So if you guys enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe if you guys are brand new and stuff like that. Hell, you could comment down below what we could do to improve our things, and don't just be like, oh.
Again, we take constructive criticism, but you can't.
But don't just be like, oh, your podcast is bad. Why does everyone need a podcast? Put the mic down, bro. Like, don't do that.
Put the fries in the bag.
Put the fries
in the bag.
I hate that so much.
Yeah, and also follow us on our Instagram and stuff like that. And yeah, we love you all, and we will see you guys on the next episode. But until then, stay chill, Army.
Go make your own stories.